Here I am with a bucket of compost. This is finished compost that has come out of the worm bin. So this would be worm castings. I was given a presentation this last week and I kept talking about compost and how it came out of the worm bin. Finally somebody raised their hand and said, if it came out of a worm bin, how do you get the castings? And so I need to be clear in the way I teach, because when I call it a compost and it comes out of a worm bin, it is worm castings. The entire thing is worm castings because we have enough worms in there that they've eaten all of this. So at some point this has been through a worm, unless it's a large something like this stick. We don't have earthworms big enough. That didn't go through a worm. But all the small particles are worm castings. So this is a vermicompost or compost. Now what it is not, this is not reduced putrefied waste. And that's what a compost is if you can smell it with a bad smell once you're done making it. So if you have compost and you're digging in it with your shovel or your pitchfork and it smells bad and you're like, yeah, that's good, and you're putting it on your garden, you are most likely spreading all kinds of bad diseases on your garden. A compost should have no odor at all. If we had smell-o-vision, like Emeril Lagasse said, you could smell this and you could know that there is no bad odor in this at all. In fact, this has no odor. I've probably, in the last month, I've had, 30 people? Probably 30 people.
At least.
In the last 2 months, I've probably had 40, 50, 60 people who have come in here and smelled this compost. I had one person who said they could detect a smell, and so I really asked them. I said, okay, what does it smell like? I can't smell it, and I know people's olfactory senses are different, so what does it smell like? They said, well, it's really good. I said, does it smell kind of like a forest floor that's a really good, enriching, wonderful smell? And they said yes. So that's kind of how they explained it. And if you smell that, that's good. This has no odor to me and to all the other people. So we had one person who thought they could smell something. And I usually ask everybody, does it have a bad smell at all? And they're like, no, it can't smell anything. So this phone case is black. And this compost is obviously a different color. It's more of a chocolate color. So the color of compost is what you're looking for, to be a dark chocolate, not a black color. If you have a black color with compost, then so the black means that it's been anaerobic at some point. Anaerobic means it's not had oxygen. And so the anaerobic organisms are what create the black color. So the black color is formed because of the anaerobic organisms. Now and that means 100%, all of the disease-causing organisms that we're aware of, meaning disease-causing for humans, for animals, for pets, for livestock, and for all the plant world, all disease-causing organisms are anaerobic organisms. Now let's be clear, not all anaerobic organisms are bad. There are many good ones, but only the disease causers are anaerobic. So let's make a compost that is highly oxygenated or aerobic, and that means that when it has no odor and it's chocolate brown, you could eat this stuff. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to be fantastic for your garden, fantastic for your plants, and this will not make anything sick. So hopefully this helps you to notice the color and smell of your compost.